Hello guys, and thank you very much for tuning in. It's Squidgemeister here, bringing you an episode of Ark Survival Evolved on the modded Creative Misfits server. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. This is the showcase for my building in Ark, the Georgian Ministry of Highways. You can Google that, and you can see what it really looks like, or you can stick around and I'll throw some images in at the end of the video. And we got T-Rexes just hanging around. They do that. And now I'm just going to jump straight into the description here. A lot of the trees you can see are actually from the Echo Trees mod. So thank you very much to Echo who designed that mod, and thanks to the devs of Ark who made this whole thing possible. There's mod thrown in there. Lots of sort of mods used in quite subtle ways to really enhance the feel of this build and try and get the feeling of the building just right. People always talk about how many hours it's taken to build these things. As if they've sat there with a stopwatch every time they sit to work on it, and that feels a little bit unrealistic to me. I can give you a rough estimate. It's taken me roughly 2 weeks every evening and during the weekends. After work, I work full time. So it's taken a long time to build. I actually spent a long time designing this, drawing pictures. It'd be great if I had examples to hand to show you on my webcam. I've been drawing pictures, writing notes of things to include in the build, all kinds of stuff like that, just to try and get the feel right. So I'm just going to talk you through the kind of my ideas here. Those are from the Echo in Wonderland mod. Thank you, great shout out to a great mod there. You've got Double Doors mod from I think that's from Ark Advanced, and then these sofas are from the Valentine's mod. We've even got a little Pimp My Dino table in there, Pimp My Dino chair just sitting over there in the corner, not to be admonished or ignored in any way. So here we go. This is the ground floor. The idea behind this is that it's the entrance foyer to some kind of office building, because that's what it is. The Georgian Ministry of Highways, now used as the HQ of a bank in Georgia, which is in Eastern Europe, further east in the Middle East, which is an interesting sort of fact for you. So you ascend up the elevator, the only way up and down. I didn't do an emergency staircase. I just did this, just the lift. So the first thing you do, because this is quite a tall structure, I thought I'll throw in a little sort of museum that you don't have any access to. You just sort of go past as you enter the office building for the first time, or at least for the first time with me. So this would be a pretty cool place to come to work every day, with the sort of amazing statues and various artifacts that presumably pertain to the work that's done here in some way. So here we go, level 1 offices. This is based off my own experience of what working in an office building is like. You've got these sort of cubicle structures over here. More work, and that kind of reflects the attitude that a lot of my line managers have had in some of the work I've done. Strictly no communication. You're talking, you're not working, right? I've worked in some pretty naff jobs. No friends, only work. Yeah, this is somewhat of a kind of damning message against my experiences of working in office cubicles like this. I work in one now, but it's not that bad. My line manager's not that bad. Okay, and then over here we've got the Employee of the Month award. Is a cage. It's a satirical thing, right? You get it? Good, I'm glad you're on board. So you can see this is kind of austere, just a blank picture in the office there. It's my message about the state of modern work in the UK. Keep trying. So this is the area for people. It's a commission-based system, right? This is the area for people who are doing okay. They're kind of contributing to the business. They're making some money for someone. So this guy's got a two wide office and a couple of cupboards, because that's the way the world is, right? You work really hard, you get a better office. This is a kind of a sort of a message about that. I know, I got really political, I couldn't help it. You've got to have some kind of influence in your design. I hope you think it looks good too. And here again, I was feeling quite negative about the idea of, like, not of capitalism generally, but just of some people interpret it in that way. So going upstairs, this is where you get to the people who are working quite hard. They're really contributing. Not bad, it says on the sign. And so they get a few more little extras. They got a cactus, a plant to look at while they come to work every day. So if we wander around here, you can see I've used a mix of mods to try and give this a really realistic kind of feel. Like, you feel like this is I don't know, like, not realistic. It's a video game. There's an element of realism about it, right? Like, it's kind of authentic. It's not too out there. This is a big enough space for someone to actually sit and do a job in. And maybe I should have stopped to show you the view every now and again when I recorded this yesterday, because it is quite beautiful. Just going back for another look around here for some reason, which is good because it gives me a chance to speak. Alright, then the last thing on this floor is the male and female bathrooms, which you'll see now. Here we've got the sign for the female bathroom, and there that is, and the male bathroom, we're going to go inside, don't worry. Just in here you can see you've got the sinks and the mirrors. I can't remember what mod that's from, I think it's from Arc Extras. And there you've got these toilets from the Valentine's mod of all mods, which is a little bit weird. Okay, so the best use of that, by the way, is in that little Trump satirical thing where someone spray painted a picture of Trump. And yeah, it's a urinal. And there you can see in each stall the toilets and the loo roll, which yeah, I hope you find 10 points for authenticity. So that was level 2, going back in the elevator shaft, always returning to the elevator shaft to help you guys keep a sense of where we are. Level 3, cafeteria and library. Okay, so this is like a queue system. You can see they've got the open sign, queue in an orderly fashion. I'm British, so we obviously love queuing. There wouldn't be an Ark build without a queue. And here we see the weekly special beer bread, obviously. What else would you have? And that looks like a mug, but it's not. It is actually a type of bread. Wouldn't that be amazing if that was real? Anyway, staff only, the kitchen, where the magic happens. You've got all the various utensils and equipment. I've tried to make this look kind of realistic. I've worked in a kitchen at some point. I know, right? I'm only 25, but I've got all this like weird job experiences. The chemistry station. If there's a chemistry station in the kitchen, probably shouldn't be eating there, but I had to work with what tools I had available. And then here the sign: enjoy your meal. So if you want to enjoy the meal, where did we go? To the seating area, which is just over here. And you can see I've used a really big variety of mods to try and give this, like I say, a kind of real feel. So this is somewhere that you'd really want to come hang out on your break, just to have your meal between shifts, or you know, during your break. Just hang out in the cafeteria with your friends, watch a bit of TV. Yeah. I should say at this point, by the way, if any YouTubers are watching this and want to come and explore this for themselves, then please feel free to do so. This is on a single player. I've spawned things in, I want to make that clear too. Okay, here we are in the library. I can host a non-dedicated session and we can hang out, that'll be cool, let me know. Here in the library, so again, a big mix of mods. These bookcases, which look beautiful. Echo in Wonderland mod, thank you for that. This one from the one with the castle builds has those crazy big bulletin boards, which are brilliant for a library. The artifacts there, adding a real sense of style to this whole thing, keeping in mind that sort of rephrasing the whole thing in the idea that it's modern, right? The safes and the wall. So there's this mixture of old and new. As I think you get quite a lot in modern architecture and interior design. Here, this is like a storage area with like the artifacts just sat there, and all these various types of boxes, like examples of armor. I don't know what kind of work this place would do. Presumably, they just develop all things that you'd ever need in a world like an Ark world. Spent a bit too long looking at these boxes. For some reason I really like the boxes. This is a study area based on my own experiences of being at university. We had a library, we had seating areas much like this. Wide open spaces with nice views to just sit and chill out, crack on with your work. If you need a break you can go look at the view, chill out, but otherwise you are focusing on the job at hand, whatever that may be. In this case, obviously studying in a library. Now, every library needs a spa. Unfortunately, my library at university didn't have a spa. This is some 3 years ago. So just shifting it to night here because it looks much better at night in the spa. And in we go. Just throwing up the thatch because it's much softer kind of look. It suits it a little bit. And I hope you really like it. Again, a mixture of mods here. Use of the Echo in Wonderland mod, which is a really good mod. And the Valentine's mod here with the sort of bubble bath. I've forgotten what the name for these things is. Not bubble bath, is it? Jacuzzi, that's the one. And then, oh, the chaise longue, which it just looks amazing. It all really came together very well. The shower from the Ark Advanced Architecture mod, possibly, maybe. Wrong shout out. It doesn't matter. I've used them all, pretty much all of the mods. And then again, the Valentine stuff. Just a lot of the more modern looking Ark mods, which I've really enjoyed working with. If any mod creators are watching this, thank you so much. Really, you've done a great job. I don't even know where to begin in thanking you. So we drift back down here And you can see there's a door over on this side. Just above the door there's a sign. That door says no entry. That's a private area. There's not meant to be any access from the library to the area. So we'll go back through the cafeteria to the lift, hopefully keeping your orientation and you're not completely lost and you understand how this all fits within the larger structure. Going up from level 3 to level 4. Bathroom and offices. So immediately in front, another bathroom. It is exactly the same as the one downstairs. Just a quick fly around to demonstrate that. I feel like that's probably quite accurate to what a modern office building would look like, where you just sort of duplicate structures because it's cheaper to procure things. So not exactly a strong design element to that, more just emulating reality. Here we are in the sort of high roller offices. So this is people who've worked their asses off and are now in the sort of higher echelons. And I can't resist a little bit of sycophantism. So we've got an office for Miss Jen and we have an office for Mr. Jat, assuming those are two of the decision makers for the Architect Award. So we ring the doorbell, go inside the office. You can see inside, very lavishly decorated, a beautiful little chair for them to sit on, plenty of room, a place that I'd be happy to work in. Looks pretty good, pretty schwing, right? And 3 of those, 1 for each of these high rollers, all decorated in the same way. That's because there is a CEO office, and I wanted that to have the only sense of individuality about it. Again, that is a sort of furthering my comment on how I view capitalism. That was the private door, by the way, the no entry door that went into the library. There is a purpose for coming back here. There is another door in the library that goes out onto the roof. This mirrors quite closely the actual building that this is based on, the Georgian Ministry of Highways. So we'll go in that room in a second. Just to reorientate you again, we are still on the 4th floor, as you can see. Bathroom and offices. We're going to go up to the 5th floor now with the roof access. And here we have gun range, CEO office, and roof access. So the roof access you saw, that is a real thing in the Georgian Ministry of Highways. You can see that if you look up that building in real life, it had that roof access on each level, which is pretty interesting. This is a gun range. I've done a nice little example of that for you. I filled these boxes with guns and weapons and things. So we'll demonstrate each of those now, which is good because it gives me a second to just have a breather, because I'm going to be talking for 25 minutes straight and record all of this in one go. Ooh. So I haven't said it yet, and I don't like to grovel too much, but if you do like the video and you're watching this on the Arc forum, if you could do me the great favour of clicking out of that for a second and going onto YouTube and pressing the like button, possibly even subscribing, I would really appreciate it. I only have 54 subscribers at the time of recording, and I expect to get 1 or 2 from this video. I have been featured on the Arc forums, not as a winner, just as a kind of honourable mention a couple of times, and I really appreciate that because it's gotten me a lot of views, and that's quite satisfying in and of itself. So that's it, grovelling done. I'll try not to do that again until the end of the video. And here you can see, this is just a demonstration really of the different weapons that you've got. I thought it was quite interesting that the shotgun reached that far, but it does have quite a big spread. And here the pistol, the classic weapon, probably my favourite. It just looks brilliant. It looks like a Magnum, something out of the Wild West. At this point, I just want to give a random shout out to the guys who did the Arc Cinema thing. Those look great. I'm really impressed by your cinematography. It looks astounding, so well done. If you're watching this, which it might not be, probably won't be, but maybe. If you are, let me know. This is the CEO's office. So this is really unique in the building. I tried to kind of give it some sense of interior design. Those cool little wall panels, using the wallpaper from one of the Arc mods. This cool sort of fantasy structure there, that weird little ornament. So we'll switch around to night right now, and you can see what this looks like at night. And on the left there, you can see this really beautiful water wallpaper. I expected that to absolutely murder my frames, but I was astounded by how well my computer coped with the scale of this building and all of the objects inside it. It managed very well, and again, this just blew me away. Look at this. It just absolutely brilliant. Whoever has done this, you are a brilliant person. Just look at it. It's gorgeous. It's a 3-dimensional map of the Arc map in game on this lovely wooden table. It's just well done. Just really well done. I don't know who did that, but well done. And then again, just immersing yourself in that realism. There's a viewpoint for the gun range with bulletproof glass around the edge, just so people can watch people in the gun range. Then just to give you a view of the building at night, we'll go out of the window, have a quick fly around here, going in through the spa. And I just wanted to show you guys what the library looks at night, because all of these torches are from the Auto Torches mod, which again is just a wonderful mod. The torches turn on when it goes dark. It's great. And we're going back through the cafeteria here once again, just to orientate you with the lift shaft, which is the only way up and down all of the levels. You can get to every room from the lift shaft, just to make that clear. And so you go up here, and we are on level 5 CEO office. Yep, going up from level 5. We are now on level 6 gun range, viewing and arboretum access. Arboretum? Where's that? We've seen this level, right? No, you haven't. The arboretum is past the gun range, so we're going to fly that way now. Off we go. Stop and look at a plant. Is that the arboretum? That's not the arboretum. The arboretum is on the left over here. You keep going, and it's right at the end. It's the last room at the end of the structure, at the back, closest to the redwood forest. And what beauty there is here. This is the Echo in Wonderland mod mixed with the Echo Trees mod. I'm sorry if you prefer to pronounce that Eco Trees or Eco in Wonderland. I wasn't sure. Either way, just a brilliant, beautiful mod. Absolutely gorgeous. There is so much room for something really, really amazing to be done with this mod. I highly recommend any builder watching this to crack on and get something done. This is just a tiny example of what you can achieve with that mod. It's got beautiful glowing structures. Someone needs to do something with that mod, some kind of Alice in Wonderland type narrative, anything like that. And it just a building in itself based around that mod is going to have merits. You can go check out the Echo Trees mod showcase. That achieves something to that effect. Now, just to demonstrate, this is a different lift shaft and goes out the back door. We'll just jump out of there now, and going out the back door, you can see quite clearly where that is. As I said, closest to the redwood forest at the back. And it's intended to function or to appear as though it's some kind of, what's the word? Like storage access? Like industrial kind of access, I forget, plant access. So, going up from level 6 to the last level, level 7. Here we go. This level, strictly private. This is private quarters for the CEO for the 3 high rollers. So we'll go check out the private quarters now. The first thing, this is a game full of dinosaurs, so I really wanted to sort of interpret the Georgian Ministry of Highways in real life and try and implement it into Ark in some way. So you can land a Quetzal in various places on this building and get access to it. And in this room that you're about to see, we have an Argentavis and a big roof door. So hopefully that kind of ticks a box, if you like, about making this a building in Ark, but not just a building in Ark that could have been built in any game, but something where it suits Ark inherently. And by the way, this building does. If you look at the way it was built in real life, it was shockingly similar. And look at the pictures of the Georgian Ministry of Highways under construction, and they do use these sort of rectangular tiles in the way that the Ark building mechanism works. It's just fascinating. So that was the bathroom. This is the bathroom for the 3 high roller workers. Their bedroom's very austere because the thought process there is that they spend very little time in here. They come in here to sleep and to think about work, and then go back out and work again, which I'm sure is a true reflection of the people who work at the Ark Studios. And shout out to you guys for just producing a really astounding game. Beautiful. I wish you all the best of success, and I'm going to try and stick with this game as long as I can. As long as it gets some kind of attention. I'm sure it will for a long time. And I just thought it's beautiful. Lingered there for a minute because it just looked great. And this is what the building looks like at night from the exterior. Get a good idea of it there. The reflections of the moonlight, the kind of shimmering look. I hope you enjoy that as much as I do. I could just fly around this and have a 10-minute video of me just flying around the building and not have done the interior design, but I really wanted to get everything done. And it does take the full 25 minutes of this video to accomplish that, which I hope you appreciate. and don't find this just waffling, but actually quite compelling in some way for the creativity and effort I have put into it, if that's not too self-serving. So here we have the final room, the last room. Thanks for sticking with me if you've been watching all of this. The CEO's bedroom, which by its nature you would expect to be the most grandiose room, the most beautiful, perhaps the best designed, and I hope I've achieved that. We're going to just go along on like a tracking style camera here, again inspired by those Arc Cinematic guys who do a great job. I watch all of your videos and love them. Lovely bed there from, I think, from the castle mod actually. Those bedside table there, the piano, just too many mods to give shout outs to, all function together quite nicely in this build to give a very modern feel to the game. This gorgeous bath, and the of course the throne of the CEO on the dais there, and the nice white curtains. Yeah, just brilliant, really brilliant. Not that Vanilla Arc isn't great in and of itself, but modded just allows you to create a much more immersive modern world than you can get at the moment in Standard Arc. So here we have the player character, again for the second time after the gun range, just to demonstrate the roof access from the CEO's bedroom, just to show that he does have a human side. He likes to come and watch the sunrise. This is obviously, you know, it's like putting myself in the game a bit, crawling up these stairs quite safely, and with a stashed box over here in which there are many bullets and an Ascendant rifle that I did spawn in, obviously, if you haven't got that by now. And this is just for him not to shoot the dinos. I don't like to shoot the dinos unnecessarily. It's for target practice, for shooting these dummies which are on various sort of extremities of the building, of the structure. Make for very good target practice. Perhaps to defend himself from carnivores. He likes to keep up to date and on track with his skills. My Quetzal for some reason flew off there, which was a shame because, well, you just don't want your Quetzal to fly off, but they do. They do. And that is it, guys. Wow. That is the end. I've spent many hours doing this. I hope you really have enjoyed it. If you have, please demonstrate that. Write to me in the comments. 1 in 10 people will contribute to the internet. The rest will just consume. So please contribute. Talk to me in the comments, you know. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And do, if you don't want to do that, at least do hit the like button, which I really appreciate. I get views, like 600 views from these things that are shared on Arc, on the Arc forums. And it's because people don't click onto the YouTube video. So I really appreciate anyone who takes the extra step to do that. So thank you so much. And that's all I'll say.